Welcome back, everyone. Tonight, 40 more declassified UFO files from the Pentagon to pour over. Now, this fourth release includes information from all the way back in the 1940s. It includes a conference between scientists at Los Alamos National Lab about green fireballs sighted near the facility. The site was the nexus for atomic bomb development, and that raises some serious national security concerns, especially at the time, that have persisted ever since. I mean, look at this video, one of 19 in the brand new batch. It shows what's described as a jellyfish-type UFO over the Atlantic Ocean. This is pretty recent. It's in 2020. Now, according to a debrief, this object was approximately 12 to 15 feet tall. And then there's this video from 2019 with a sensor-equipped surveillance plane over the eastern U.S. catching a small rectangular object moving fast enough to outrun the aircraft's own tracking system. One military member saying the UFO had flight characteristics unlike anything he'd seen in 28 years of service. On top of that, these photos also included in the latest drop taken by astronauts aboard the Columbia Space Shuttle in 1996. Now, these three images from the same mission show an unidentified object in low Earth orbit. For more, I'm now joined by NewsNation special correspondent Ross Coulthart, investigative journalist and host of Reality Check. Ross, always good to see you. Welcome back. This is now the fourth batch of files released. In your eyes, how does this one compare to the other three we've discussed? Is there anything that really stuck out to you?
Good evening. Yeah, look, there are a few things in this latest tranche release that I do think are interesting, and one of them is over the Pantex nuclear plant in Amarillo, Texas, which is where America builds its nuclear weapons. So it's one of the most sensitive nuclear sites in America, one of the most highly protected. And it's quite clear, I think it was back in 2015, guards, security personnel, and indeed one local journalist I've spoken to saw a diamond-shaped object, which was about 4 feet high, 2 feet wide at the bottom, no visible means of propulsion, hovering over the plant. No noise, no visible jet plumes, no propellers, nothing to indicate how this object was being flown or directed. But basically it hovered with apparent impunity over what is one of the most sensitive facilities in America, and that raised an extremely serious security concern, and it underlined what we now know for certain, coming from a lot of these UFO sightings that are now being reported by the Pentagon, that there is definitely a link between whatever these objects are and nuclear weapons or nuclear facilities. That's the key issue. Something is taking a very close intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance interest in nuclear weapons and nuclear power.
Should Americans be concerned that an object was spotted near so many nuclear facilities? And again, this is released from our government, the fourth batch of information. Or is there a logical reason behind these mysterious videos and photos?
Well, you know, the funny thing about this is it goes right back 80 years. We now know from the files that these sightings, as you've said, go right back to 1947. The Pentagon's releasing documents that show that this has been a genuine mystery and something that has not been something they've been ignoring. They've been taking it very, very seriously. And right back in 1947, it's quite clear also that the Pentagon's investigators from the US Air Force were anticipating these sightings. They could almost predict when they were going to happen. One of the other ones I think is really interesting is the floating piece of pizza in Earth orbit taken by the STS-80 shuttle mission in 1996. I think it's extremely important to note that the reason why these objects are being reported in this UFO tranche is because it's not been possible to provide an explanation for what they are. This floating triangle in Earth orbit cannot be explained away as a piece of space debris because they've been able to rule out that as an explanation. Whatever it was, we don't know, but it's intriguing because NASA has said in the past it had no evidence of UAPs. Now have a look at what they've suddenly found in the Pentagon's locker.
I want to ask you about another video. If we can bring up the jellyfish-like object. We've seen this video and images like this several times. There it is. What can you tell us about this one specifically, Ross?
Okay, there has been a spoof AI-generated picture which suggested that it was just a balloon, the one that's been most recently posted in the tranche. It's not. This is, again, it looks like what some people have called a floating brain. It's quite intriguing. And what I'm told is, yes, this is one of multiple such objects that is euphemistically referred to as the jellyfish. Nobody has any explanation for what these are. They're anomalous. In some cases, they are showing what we call the five observables. They're not conforming to normal prosaic objects. They move anomalously. They operate by stealth. They can hide themselves. And they also appear to be operating intelligently, and they have no visible means of propulsion. These really are enigmas. And what I think I would leave you with is the observation that it's quite clear the Pentagon's been looking at this subject now for the last 80 years. They clearly know a heck of a lot more than they're letting on. And really what we are being given, I think, really is the least sensational videos of what I'm being told they're really sitting on.
Ross, what about all the redacted parts of, well, really all the batches, but the fourth batch especially? You have applauded the president on declassifying a lot of this video, but I'm running out of time. What do you think is going to happen next, or at least needs to happen next?
I think the redactions are probably very reasonably done. We have to protect sources, means and methods. And sometimes there are things that we have to protect. We don't want to show the capabilities of our sensor systems, and I can understand why that's done.
All right. NewsNation special correspondent, investigative journalist, and host of the Reality Check, Ross Coulthart. We love having you on this show, Ross. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.